Morning, Your Honor. Come on. We were short one juror a minute ago.
Short one juror.
Mr. Stein, can I talk to Jane for a second? Jane, yeah.
When we're at council table, but when we're out in the world or getting near people. Is that okay with everybody? It's what you're comfortable with. It's what you're-
No. I was just showing her. We've got it all set up in 6F for you all.
Yes.
Okay, you can see, I can keep track if anybody enters it. So, yeah, we're gonna run out of space real quick. Okay, cool. I just wanted to know that we were able to see what was going on there too, so. Yeah, go ahead. We're still waiting on a juror.
Well, it's shitty, super bad weather, so maybe they're stuck, like, not giving themselves enough time. This is nothing. I guess that's the next. Hey guys, I think we sent you an email. This will be the first picture she'll have. Gillette will identify that, just that that's what Mount Carmel used to look like. And then we have for opening. And then not these pictures, but we go to one enter. And then when she says the names of each victim, these are the photos that were in that big, timeline. We'll stop with that.
Yeah, we have 5 rounds.
All right.
Hi, I'm calling a minute ago.
You put something in that doesn't come out, they don't make it.
I just wanted to let you know what we're planning on this. All right.
I thought they got rid of this.
What they got rid of is the plexiglass.
It's still there, no?
Okay, make it work.
It looks like it's still there.
We still have one juror missing. David is going from room to room to figure it out.
Judge, is that plexiglass still there? I thought we were.
No, the frame, they left the frame up. If you go, it's wide open there, but the frame is
Playing
still
tricks
there.
on my mind. It really looks like it's still there.
Well, there's going to be a discussion later this morning with the second floor about why.
About why it's not there?
Well, the glass is gone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, they left the frame. Why?
Yeah.
Because they're gonna put that in, and it is structural.
Okay.
It is.
No good deed goes
Morning, Sam.
And she's a major or is she an already?
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
well. There was a gentleman that said one of the garages was full, but he didn't have parts.
Okay.
Judge, we have some concerns about the feed, though.
Okay.
We're being advised that our whispers are being picked up on the feed. And, of course, that would impede any attorney-client.
You should be able to
communications.
hit your mic off.
So green's on, right?
It's off. Green is on, right?
Green is off.
Off.
Yeah.
Try.
It's totally backwards. Same thing with this.
Okay, so green is off.
Yeah.
Green is, so this is off now?
See, there, I have this behind me, but the green means that it's off and you can talk. No light means it's on.
It doesn't seem, yeah, I agree, red should be off.
Okay, someday you can have your own company and that's the way you can sell it.
That's what I'll say, that's what I'll do, Judge.
So you can hear me now.
Do you have somebody up on 6C?
You have someone on the street that Michelle can hear me, okay?
I know.
That makes my brain melt. The meeting is off.
Send this to Jenny. To settings, applications, do not disturb.
Okay. Second.
Get it lined up for that.
Yeah.
Randy McDonald and Bonnie Austin. And when he talked to yeah, but she's not charged. But when the 1,000 happened, he talked to correct trespass. And trespass. That's his typical dose.
I'm just gonna tell you that he was white. I read.
So you agree with the assertion?
Sound like they're having a good time in the back.
Michelle just texted us like as if she could still be her.
Not only abandon them, she tear down.
So she was
Okay.
Okay, all rise.
So we're getting the same issue from online.
Okay, on the break, we'll try to deal with it with Paul.
I would prefer that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Is there a button on the back or something?
Turn it off too.
Unfortunately, we have to have two seated over here.
I'll be right over there.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. How are you today? It sounded like it was a bit festive in the hallway. Okay, we're going to move on to the next phase of the trial. This is the opening statements. It's what the lawyers think it's going to be. It's like the trailers at a movie theater. They're going to tell you what they think the evidence is going to show. It is not evidence itself. That'll come in the next phase. But with that, Mr. Zion, are you ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor.
Ms. Grubb, I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, before you get started there, if you are comfortable, you can,
As far as masks.
as far as the mask, because you're in your own little cubicle there. Okay? I want you comfortable. Now, when you go, you gotta put it back on. Okay? Sorry about that, Ms. Grubb. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor, defense team, colleagues, and members of the jury. Good morning. My name is Janet Grubb.
It is my pleasure to finally address you this morning. Mount Carmel West Hospital was an unlikely crime scene. The hospital formally opened in 1886, having secured the services of the Sisters of the Holy Cross. The training school for nurses was opened in 1903. The first graduates received their diplomas in 1906. 8 sisters were included in the class. The school still exists today and is now the Mount Carmel College of Nursing. This location was known as Mount Carmel West and was one of the 4 facilities that comprise the Mount Carmel Health systems. Mount Carmel West moved in 2019 and is now known as Mount Carmel Grove City. Mount Carmel Health System is the second largest healthcare system in Central Ohio. Our evidence will show that they employ approximately 9,000 total employees and over 2,000 doctors in their numerous outpatient facilities and their 4 hospitals. Mount Carmel East near Reynoldsburg, Mount Carmel Grove City in Grove City, Mount Carmel St. Anne's in Westerville, and Mount Carmel New Albany Surgical Hospital in New Albany comprises the system. Mount Carmel Health is owned by Trinity Health, a Michigan corporation. The Hospital of Mount Carmel West occupied a unique position in the areas of west and southwest of downtown Columbus, including Grove City and other small towns in the region. The hospital's ethic and profile fits the patients it served and the people who worked there. Hardworking, family-oriented, religious, trusting, generous. If you grew up in this area, chances are you stayed there. This is a painful family affair with no end of pain on so many levels. Our evidence will further show the pain relates certainly to the loss of the lives, who we will prove were murdered by the defendant, but also extends to the loss of careers, jobs, friendship, financial security, and trust in healthcare professionals and institutions. The evidence will reveal that this case unfolded one surprising step after another. The pharmacy staff at Mount Carmel West became alarmed about certain drugs ordered and administered at the direction of William Husel. Their concerns were escalated to hospital administrators, other physicians, and ultimately to the top medical officer at Trinity Health. The setting for the use of these drugs was the night intensive care unit at Mount Carmel West. These medications are powerful, potent opiates, benzodiazepines, and paralytics employed in the treatment of seriously ill individuals who are placed on ventilators to help sustain their lives. The evidence will show that these drugs were prescribed in massive doses in combination with one another. During the ongoing COVID-19 epidemic, we became aware of the use of ventilators to care for people needing life support. Being on a ventilator was not and is not a death sentence. People do come off of them and live. Unfortunately, that was not the case for the victims in this prosecution. The medical testimony in our case will demonstrate that when an individual is placed on a ventilator, they should be highly monitored and expertly managed to determine their physical state and to preserve life. This is a highly dramatic event in a person or a person's loved one's life. There are no guarantees when you go on a ventilator. If you are conscious going on a ventilator, you must know that you may never wake up alive again. This is the state in which we find our victims. Our evidence will establish that many of our victims were elderly. Some were younger than 40. They had multiple medical conditions. Many were extremely serious. They had families, lives, and people who cared about them. They went to the hospital for help. Several of them were not sick enough that they were destined to die during their hospitalization. They all had one thing in common. William Husel was the nighttime ICU physician who ordered lethal levels of drugs or a combination of drugs with their removal from a ventilator after their loved ones made the excruciating decision to withdraw care and remove them. A fair question would be, how did this happen? These drugs were obtained through Mount Carmel